So, good morning. From speech recognition to data to materials to optics and electronics. I'm Michael Heckmeier from Merck, headquartered in Darmstadt, just 30 kilometers from here. And some of you might know Merck as a healthcare company and ask yourselves now, what is this guy doing here? And we have a materials business, performance materials, and today I will show you how these materials will shape the future of the car and how we bundle different materials and innovations in the car of today and of the future. So what are the trends and the drivers of this, and how will our materials influence these changes and trends? A quote from a company which is not at EAA, but somehow is omnipresent at the EAA. Cars will not be owned, they will be used, they will be shared, and this will change the requirements of the car. I think that is very clear to everybody. Second big trend we're seeing, and I have 2 kids, the digital natives will come, and in a couple of years, 50% of the people sitting in a car will be digital natives. And they have a total different understanding of communication, of interaction, and expectation to mobility. Sometimes these guys, they don't talk to each other, they chat via Snapchat and other applications, and they have a total different understanding how they're going to communicate in the future. So we have these trends, we have these innovations coming along. Our materials will drive solutions to support those trends. And what does it mean for Merck? And here we want to impress you with these words you can hardly read, but these are all materials from our company that somehow end up today and will end up in the future in the car. It's not about all of these I'm going to talk today, but it's a few outstanding ones I want to share with you to give you some inspiration. What does this mean for the car of the future? Smart antenna. These data need to come from antenna from all over the place into the car and get out again. Yeah? We cannot use mechanically moving antennas, so our liquid crystal antenna will help to bring data into the cars from satellite. We have free-form displays everywhere. A characteristic of a car is there is no plain shape, yeah? Neither on the outside nor on the inside. So we need displays and display materials that can be free-form, that can take on all the shapes, eventually might be even move in the volume of the car as a kind of holography. Headlamps. Today it's kind of analog on-off thing. We're going to make with our materials, bring liquid crystal technologies in these headlights and make it digital, drive new innovations in terms of security, eventually even communicating cars. OLED backlights. So backlights will be not only for security, OLED will give new features here, but also will be new design options. So let's talk a little bit about antenna, and you see those nice animations. It's a flat antenna integrated in the car roof. There's nothing that is added mechanically, nothing is moving mechanically, and our liquid crystals in those antenna will help to steer the beams of data coming into the car. Freeform, I mentioned already, it's about shape, but it's also about displays with holes. It's about folding displays, it's about knitting, it's about all kind of different applications. And again, a dashboard today is pretty much a kind of black area. In the future, the whole dashboard might be a display. Displays will move into the windows. Display will be everywhere, and our materials can enable that. Headlamp, today pretty much a on-off thing where you can go in 1 or 2 modes of headlamp. We will have liquid crystal modulating technologies in the headlight that will enable, on the one side, getting really information on the street, on the other side, getting safety features. Yeah, when somebody comes across your way, the light will just shut down, not shut into the face of that guy, and illuminate all the corners around nevertheless. So these are fantastic features we're developing from the material side. Windows. If these digital natives sit in the car, they want to have convenience and comfort. Now, today, we have still, and it's a bit a similar theme like the antenna, with mechanically moving sunroofs, for example. They are working perfectly, but imagine making that one smart with materials, integrated in the shape of the car, getting those liquid crystals to modulate the light coming into the car, and eventually even the energy intake. Keeps you cool, keeps your car enlightened exactly in the manner you like to have it. You can segment it, and you can make different areas and conditions of lighting in your car. So our liquid crystals will enable that. And the OLED lighting I was talking about, here we will move away. All the light sources we know today are point light sources. OLED has the fantastic feature of bringing light into the area, and that gives, on the one side, total new design features, but also gives a total new perception and a kind of new interpretation of ambient light and of backlights. So that enables, on the one side, design, as I mentioned. On the other side, it enables total new security features, which will bring the security level of those cars to a total new level. So let me summarize. We see those drastic changes coming ahead, and we as a materials company will drive those changes, and our materials will enable some of these changes. From that perspective, we're inviting all players of the value chain come together and work on those changes. There are sometimes talks about, is it a threat or is it an opportunity? We have a fairly optimistic view here. If we sit together in round tables, if we bring different players of the industry and the value chain together, and I think this is a perfect forum to kick off such discussions, this will be opportunity. And integrating and understanding along the value chain is key for make it really opportunity. Materials, chemistry, physics, and engineering will bring this to the level of devices integrating eventually to the cars. Let's start today. This is the future. I can imagine there are quite a few questions and still a bit surprises what a chemical material company is doing here. So our headquarters is just 30 kilometers away in Darmstadt, but our booth is just over there. You even see the Merck logo. So for all those details that might come to your mind now, please join our booth and discuss with our team. We are happy to go into detail with this and give you some more insight, precision, and our future vision of those materials that will drive the future. Thank you very much.